So there's that moment in your brain where you realize, I want to do nutrition.
Yes.
Tell me about that.
Okay. The day that I realized that I could potentially be losing my eyesight.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
Yeah.
What happened?
So I remember waking up one day and my eyesight was gone. It was completely gone in my left eye. Like it was just, and by gone, maybe not just pitch black, but more so like it was weird, like a smudge, like a thumbprint on a window. I had no vision. I couldn't see color. I thought I was having a stroke. I was terrified. And I went to an ophthalmologist. They basically said I had optic neuritis. Cool, that's a name, you know. And they basically wanted to offer me steroids injections, and that was it. That was the end of that. Um, I go back. I never did do the steroid injections, but they wanted me to do an MRI to see if I had lesions on my optic nerves. I did. Then they tried to tell me that I had MS. They were like, okay, lesions on the optic nerve, MS, makes sense. And I just wasn't okay with that. I wasn't okay with that answer. And I didn't want to live my life that way.
So then what happened?
So then I sought out nutrition. I sought out muscle testing because I knew there had to be a different route than a lifetime full of medicine and being in a wheelchair and being like physically limited.
How'd you know about muscle testing?
Well, I looked it up online. So I basically Googled holistic nutrition.
Right.
Like I wanted, so I wanted to learn like what can I do to be my own advocate to defeat this. I didn't want that label of MS. I didn't want a lifetime full of pain. So basically going down a rabbit hole on Google, I figured out what muscle testing was.
Okay. So then what?
So then I did start seeing a muscle testing practitioner in 2020. I did have really, really good results, and it was just a ton of regulating my nervous system. I had a lot of hormone issues, had really good results. You know, they taught me a lot about changing my diet, getting that all regulated. I didn't know that I couldn't have gluten. It makes total sense now. And then eventually I worked here and started seeing a practitioner here. And that's when we really started to dive really deep into the Lyme. Like I didn't even know I had Lyme, and I was not shocked, I guess, because I've always been outdoors. I'm always running around in the woods, camping, doing things like that. But for me, it was really getting into the deep cellular detox, using Cellcore's products, binders, cleaning my lymph, that kind of stuff, supporting my nervous system, B1. And that's when I noticed that this was working. Yeah.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Thank you.
Yeah, there's times when
it's cool.
Yeah, there's times when we're working together and you're like, I can't see, or the words are mixed up or something.
Oh yeah.
So we have to like find the next supplement to help you out.
Yeah, it was crazy.
So now, how much better is your vision and nervous system now?
My nervous system, it impresses me every day. I used to be very sympathetic dominant. I was always shaking and nervous and I'm still high energy, but that's just me. But it was like uncontrollable anxiety. I didn't have control of my emotions. My body always felt like it was vibrating. So to answer your question, I would say my nervous system is probably 95% better.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then my eyesight is, I would say, about the same. 95.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I used to be able, like you said, in the rooms assisting you. It was crazy one day, and I told you this, where I was looking at a white wall, and that white wall was shimmering. It looked like TV static, and it scared me. But that was a very good precursor to what was going on inside.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So now you do pet health coaching.
Yes.
What? What is that?
I was so happy, and I could not tell you the excitement that I had when Joy had reached out to me and asked if I wanted to do pets. So my goal was to be a practitioner here, but what I didn't know that the future held for me was that I'd be doing it for animals. She had reached out. I had just finished school, and she had said, Crystal, how would you like to do pets? There's another class you can take. There's more training. I was so excited, and it's been extremely rewarding. She had the idea because I'm always with animals. I'm volunteering. I'm always getting beat up by animals, scratched, but I love them. And now to heal them is like the best thing I could be doing.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
So you took classes through where?
So I went to the Quantum Nutrition Academy in Orlando, Florida. I trained under Dr. Lisa Palmer. She taught me how to quantum nutrition test, which opened up a big platform for me. You're very limited when you do the muscle testing in the office, right? I wanted to be able to reach clients in California, in Washington. So she really helped me understand how to do that.
Right.
Yeah.
So we just have to clarify the difference between what you do versus the veterinary license.
So I am a pet health coach. I do nutrition response testing via quantum testing, which basically means I'm looking for weakness in your pet's body, whether that be an organ or a system or a gland. And then I'm finding a nutritional way to help correct that, whether that's through diet changes, lifestyle changes, or supplements. And that's what I do. And I
Yeah,
think,
and those are the tools, diet
yeah,
and supplements,
exactly.
right? And
Mm-hmm.
you're not treating quote unquote pathology, disease, symptoms, because that's what the medical veterinary
Yes.
world does.
Yes.
But you're kind of like more fundamental, foundational in that
Yes.
it's like biochemistry, it's nutrition,
Exactly.
and having the body repair itself,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. I mean, if you think about an animal, they're brought into this life, and whether you adopt them or you get them from a puppy mill or wherever you get the animal from, you're thinking, okay, right when they're young, they get vaccinated. Okay, so they get vaccinated right away. Then they're neutered or spayed. So now you have a compromised immune system and scar tissue and inflammation, and they're babies, they're puppies. One of my kittens, he was 2 months old when this happened. They're hardly developed. Their nervous system's not done being developed, and so there's tons of health problems. And the worst part is this is so overlooked by the veterinarian system. To them this is just such a normal thing, and it blows my mind. It's like these
Right.
these poor, and then they're giving kibble, which is basically the equivalent to if we were to eat breakfast cereal, fortified breakfast cereal.
Yeah.
I ask my clients all the time, I'm like, well, would you like to eat breakfast cereal all day long every day? And some of
Yeah.
them jokingly say yes, but then I'm like, okay, maybe you would, but how's your health? How
Right.
would you feel? You'd be
Yeah.
so inflamed, you'd be constipated, etc.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you've given me some amazing success stories.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I'm thinking of one in particular. You know which one I'm talking about?
Possibly.
Say that one.
Abby Norlag.
Yeah, that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Abby is a puppy, and when I got the new patient paperwork, I couldn't believe what I was reading. So the owner put down she didn't jump, run, play, or move like a regular puppy. And I was like, what does that even mean? So at our new client appointment, I asked him, I was like, what's going on? And he basically said she was born with an underdeveloped spine. Anytime she would run or try to jump or play, and mind you, she's a puppy, so all the time she would get injured, like severely injured. Very fragile. And so he had to wheel her out in a cart just to go to the bathroom. Recently, I had spoken to him, and every time I ask him how Abby's doing, she's exceptional. She's pulling him around on a leash outside. She's running, she's jumping. She's completely mobile. So that's probably one of my favorites.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nice. Yeah, so Bill, the owner of Abby, he told me personally how much better. Like he's blown away by how much better
Yeah.
his dog is doing.
Yeah. He tells me all the time that I gave that dog a new set of legs.
Yeah,
So
that's
yeah,
cool.
it's cool. Mm-hmm.
All right.
So this is just like a deeper, like, inspirational as to why I wanted to heal pets. The thing is, I have pets. I've had pets my whole life, and they don't have a voice. They don't. They cannot tell you what's wrong. And so it's amazing to me that I, through muscle testing, can kind of ask their body what's going on. So that's why it's an extremely powerful tool. I like to be able to think that I can give them a voice by letting the owner know, hey, this is what I'm finding in your pet. And then we take it from there. We heal the animal from there. I really wanted to understand, root causes as opposed to just band-aiding things. You have a dog that's itchy and there's allergies, and it's crawling out of its skin. It's causing hematomas from itching its ear so much. And I just wanted to be a part of a solution because they deserve so much better than Apoquil or steroids or these really harmful medications that veterinarians give them just to mask what's going on. I think that symptoms are messages, they're not mistakes. That's your body screaming for help. And to just give it something so temporary would be doing the pet an injustice. It's you shouldn't be fighting symptoms. You should be working with your body to fix it.
What's your name?
Crystal. Crystal Gordy.
And what's your title?
I am a holistic pet coach and QNT practitioner.
So what's QNT?
So QNT stands for quantum nutrition testing. That is the form of muscle testing that I use to see my clients virtually.
So muscle testing is a biofeedback procedure using fields, testing fields.
Correct. Yes.
Right. So we can talk about this all day and people won't understand it, but it's a matter of like actually seeing it and experiencing it.
I have a lot of clients. Some of them are right on board with me. Some of them love the idea of QNT. It really helps because you don't have to bring the pet here, so you don't have to put extra stress onto the pet. Sometimes the pet's old or sick or aggressive. So QNT allows me to give them that biofeedback without stressing the pet out further. And then, sometimes I have clients that the idea of QNT is a little out there. But at the end of the day, it's about the results that they're getting and the progress that their pet's making.
Right.
And that's really what it matters.
Yeah, the simplest way to describe QNT is that it's just a form of analysis that can be done from a distance.
Exactly.
Right. And then regardless of how cool or weird or whatever people think it is, the bottom line is results.
Exactly.
So as long as the pet's getting better, you can ignore the fact that the analysis is done from a distance.
Exactly.